honestly, what I can do.
Oh, is it coming? Oh, okay.
So I was just looking to see before I present it. Hey, Craig. Hey, thanks for being here. Hey. Tanner, you need to switch spots with Craig. Let's go, Blue!
Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to the families and friends of the class of 2021. Seniors, you are about to join a very rich tradition of becoming graduates of Elizabeth High School. We are proud of you. Seated by our seniors are members of our outstanding faculty. Their guidance and support has played a large part in the success of our graduates. They truly make our school district an excellent one. Thank you, faculty. I would also like to take a moment to thank just a few other folks. First, Larry Lorimer and his crew. They started on this project. Let's try. Oh, hey, there we go. Okay, Larry Lorimer and his crew. They started this project yesterday, putting all this together, setting all the chairs to the stage. We could not do this without them. Mark Oser, who put the stage together, those folks have been a tremendous help in making sure that we could pull off this graduation. And last but not least, I need to thank one other person, and that's Miss Robin Beery. Robin is retiring, and she has been our graduation coordinator here at Elizabeth High School for well on 20 years. Robin, we will miss you, and we appreciate everything you have done for us. At this time, will the senior class officers join us on the stage? Bridget Eddy, Brittany Schmidt, Nick Spidell, and Mitchell Morosco.
Senior class choir members, please take your places in the choir for the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Please welcome the members of the Honor Guard from American Legion, Post 82, for the presentation of colors.
Oh, say, can you see why the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose first stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Please return to your seats. Please welcome Bridget Eddy.
At this time, we wish to introduce the Board of Education and Administration for Elizabeth Public Schools. Seated on stage are Board of Education members present with us today. President Ms. Carol Hines, Vice President Mr. Kerry Karcher, Treasurer Ms. Kim Frommueller, Secretary Ms. Paul Bakendorf, and Board Member Mr. John Gutenberg cannot be with us today. We have Superintendent of Schools Mr. Douglas Bissonette, Principal Mr. Brett McClendon, Assistant Principal Mr. John Everhart, and Assistant Principal Ms. Kimberly Runyon. Please welcome Brittany Schmidt to the stage. We wish to recognize our senior class sponsors, Mrs. Lori McCoy and Mr. Carl Zander. Thank you for your guidance and service. A reminder to the audience, the graduating class will be exiting up the stairs, the south side of the stadium following the ceremony. Please remain in your seats until all the people on the track have exited the stairs. Please follow the graduates through the gym lobby to the west side of the high school. The class of 2021 will form a reception line on the west side to meet with the following ceremony. For those audience members that wish to take pictures, please come down to the stairs behind the faculty. Please be courteous when moving into position and returning to your seats. Please welcome Mr. McClendon.
Every year, I struggle with what to say to a group of graduates that are about to make their way into the world. To be fair, this year is no exception. There is so much to say, it's impossible to know where to begin. But I will start with thank you. To state the obvious, this has not been a normal year by any means, but you persevered. You looked after each other, you looked after the school, other students and staff who were here with you. For that, I thank you. This is a moment for you to take with you. When you work together, when you care about those around you, you make a difference. Certainly, an individual can have a tremendous influence on a situation. But we wouldn't be here today and have had an in-person educational experience like we did had we not all worked together. You, the other students in the building, your exceptional staff, all of you together made this happen. It wasn't easy, but it was, in my humble opinion, worth the effort. I'm going to let that marinate for a moment. Even when this whole world seems crazy, we still have a schedule to keep. So I'm going to wrap this up. Take care of each other, take care of those around you, and make sure to exercise your constitutional right to vote. I tell this to every class, but it's something that you need to hear. All of you will be 18 soon, and all of you should register to vote if you haven't already done so. Above all else, wherever you go and whatever you do, this can affect the world you live in more than any single action you might take. Make sure to use that right. If you don't, you only have yourself to blame and for what happens around you. Now, pitter patter, let's get at it. It is my honor to present the highest academic award to 10 members of the class of 2021. Each of these students has attained a grade point average of 4.0 or higher during their career at Elizabeth High School and is recognized as a valedictorian. Each honoree will be called to the stage to be recognized and then take a seat over to our right. Our valedictorians are Peter Johnson with a GPA of 4.18, son of Matt and Francisca Johnson. Madeline Holm with a GPA of 4.15, daughter of Matt and Molly Holm. Sydney Davidson with a GPA of 4.14, daughter of John and Karen Davidson. Elise Lindsay with a GPA of 4.12, daughter of Dee and Terry Lindsay. Nicholas Spidell with a GPA of 4.098, son of Brad and Rachel Spidell. Sierra Angel with a GPA of 4.096, daughter of John and Heather Angel. Cassandra Mcdermott with a GPA of 4.094, daughter of Andrew and Kelly McDermott. Mitchell Morosco with a GPA of 4.038, son of John and Tracy Morosco. Bridget Eddy with a GPA of 4.019, daughter of David and Brooks Eddy. And Grace Richardson with a GPA of 4.0, daughter of James and Sarah Richardson. At this time, Nick Mitchell, will you rejoin us on the stage, please? Congratulations, valedictorians.
At this time, the Chamber Choir, under the direction of Miss Kaya Monson, will perform Over the Rainbow, featuring Allie Lindsay on a violin solo. Joining the choir for their final performance are EHS, our seniors Morgan Allred, Clarissa Dieterle, Peyton Fekas, Kayla Gelroth, Alex Meyer, Jayla Mitchell, Raven Priest, Grace Richardson, and Aaliyah Reinhardt. Now, the high school band, under the direction of Ms. Carson Barnhart, will perform Celebration. Joining the band for their final performance at EHS are seniors Clarissa Dieterle, Tanner Grant, Hunter Gamble, and Leah Stillman. Senior band and choir members, please return to your seats. Thank you to our choir and band. And now, the Valedictorians will address the class of 2021. Please welcome our Valedictorians to the podium. Please welcome Allie Lindsay.
Oh gosh, okay, okay. Don't worry about it, okay. Good morning, everyone. So as you all know, we're supposed to come up here and give you all some creative, life-changing revelations from the tiny wisdom we've gained in life thus far. There's Harry Lab. All right. Thank you. This is what happened for my speech. I'm going to try my absolute best.
spring.
Thanks. I'm just trying, thank you. What was I saying? We're supposed to give you all some creative, life-changing revelations from the tiny wisdom we've gained in life thus far. And while that's not insignificant, we all much prefer to take the ceremony today more so we all chose together to take everyone on a journey to reminisce about the years and provide the foundation of who we are, to celebrate and share the successes that we have now, and to jump together into the real world we've been so carefully warned about. For myself, there are so few things that I could say today that truly represent life and all of its learning opportunities as a whole. So one thing that I hope resounds with you today is to enjoy this while we're here. Soak it all in. You are surrounded by a group of people that will never be in the same place ever again. We are here to celebrate our successes today, and everyone sitting here is celebrating with you. You're all about to not only graduate high school, but to take a step into the oh-so-scary adulthood. So as we step out of this school, I encourage you to treasure these moments together. Tonight, I hope you take time to simply look up at the sky and take in all of the stars and appreciate the beauty of a rural town before we all speed off in different directions. Regardless of the long journey and pathways ahead of us, we will forever share the memories of becoming us. Those moments of tripping up the stairs, tripping down the stairs, tripping on the ramp as we came down today. We will forever share those moments, and we are never going to give them up. On another note, I was told before this that if I go over my time, I get snatched off the stage by Mr. McClendon personally with one of those vaudeville hook type things. So I think I will pass this on to the other valedictorians to bring you back to how we've gotten to this moment. Thank you for your time.
Showing up here our freshman year, we were all completely different people. We came from different schools, some of us even from different districts and states. We came in with our own friend groups and set expectations for how our lives would be for the next 4 years. If I have learned anything from high school, it would be that nothing goes according to plan, and if any of you have tried to get a group together for homecoming, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of us probably came in with friends that we made in elementary and middle school, with plans to be in that exact same group today. Some of us probably had an idea of what we wanted to do after high school, and then changed our minds only 1,000 times. We grew up here, moving through the constant cycle of making mistakes, fixing them, and then making the same mistakes later on down the road. The point is that if our younger selves could look at us today, they would say, "Who even is that?" After years of staying out too late, procrastinating on assignments, avoiding group projects, believing that we knew more than our parents, and making some very questionable decisions, we have learned more about ourselves now than we ever have before. Some things we learned may not seem very relevant now, such as the fact that wearing heels to a school dance will never work out, or that I really do not work better under pressure and procrastinating on this speech was a terrible idea. But some things we endured through high school will stick with us forever, like the kind of people we want to spend our time with and the experiences that truly make us who we are. Over the last 4 years, all of us have made new friends, tried new things, and as cheesy as it sounds, we discovered ourselves as people. The only thing that hasn't changed is the fact that we all want to get out of here and graduate. So, no matter how we all started and how we all got here, we can look back at our freshman year selves and say, "I was never going to let you down," because today we have all officially made it. Thank you.
4 years ago, the class of 2021 began its high school journey. It was a time of uncertainty, excitement, and vulnerability as we entered this new chapter of our lives. Within our first week, we were greeted with a natural phenomenon that many hope to see once in their lives. A full solar eclipse laid before us, the universe welcoming our class to this adventure. It was only months later, our parents were frantically hitting the imaginary brake as we drove to school for the first time. A small taste of freedom our permits gave us, an introduction to how we would feel the day we turned 16. The day we promised our parents we were never going to run around and desert you. With our licenses and our new title as upperclassmen, we entered our junior year. A year we didn't realize would be cut short, but a year that we entered enthusiastically. A year we were closer to the front of the stadium, a year we yelled Red Hot together, a year we danced together, a year we could go to Sonic for lunch, and a year we grew to become the students, the children, and the people we are today. And with our senior year, we experienced our last test, our last dance, and our last hurrah. We've experienced our last night on the court, the field, and the track. We have written our last college essay, and we have taken our last SAT. And we have said our goodbyes. With high school coming to an end, we look to the past not to sulk or frown, but we look to the past to rejoice our memories and involvement at Elizabeth High School. And today, as we graduate, we celebrate and we welcome the present, the moment, and the now.
When I entered this school for the first time, I thought, I can't wait to get out of here. And I'd like to give you an update and say I still can't wait to get out of here, even if it's a more reluctant reply. But seriously, after 12 years of carrying books and other items to and from school, I can confidently say that if my major falls through, I am prepared for a career in backpacking. High school has been a blast in all honesty. I made some great friends, I survived an injury, I passed all my AP classes, and I've had a ton of fun causing administration problems as the last Eddie to pass through. Even though this last semester, my father was here more than me. I would be lying if I said it was never going to make me cry looking back on it. I will miss student council with Miss Poirier. I will miss eating lunch with Mr. Taft, Miss Katzoff, and Mr. Robinson. I will miss Everhart's yelling. I will miss playing and managing soccer. I will miss it all. But may we never forget any of it. And may my fellow classmates never forget the Friday nights at Sonic with friends, the roar of the stadium and stands during games, the packed dance floors, the last-minute turn-in of assignments, and all of the other memories we have made up to this point, minus our class winning the Spirit Stick. Congratulations, seniors, you passed high school. Now I have to end my speech in honor of my coach, Steven Solansky, with a joke. What did the doc say when he graduated? Or what did he get when he graduated? A pet degree! Thank you, good night.
All right, if you know, you know. Fourscore and 7 years ago. On speech. All right, well guys, unlike Honest Abe, I gotta lie. I've loved every bit of high school. All right, well there were some good parts, and it did teach me a lot. Like how to master the art of appearing intelligent while you were actually just better than others at BS. Or how to procrastinate right until the last hour your assignment was due. Kind of like I did for this speech. Sorry, McClendon. Or how to spend a lovely spring break with your father. Resanding the floors because your homemade smoke bomb went off in your house and burnt the hardwood. Yeah, I've learned plenty of lessons the hard way. But I think Frankie Ballard said it best. How am I ever going to get to be old and wise if I ain't ever young and crazy? Well, it's been an interesting 4 years, to say the least, but certainly 4 I won't forget. Maybe. Here's to one last summer we'll have together. Let's make it one to remember. Also, while some of you might be thinking, I'm never going to say goodbye to this school or town, I most certainly can. See ya.
So, when's this gonna be over? We've known each other for so long, I'm sure that's what a lot of you are thinking right now. And looking back, high school is full of moments like that. Our days are full of, I wish class would end, what's for lunch, and how is this supposed to help me in the future? No offense to our wonderful teachers, but I'm never gonna tell lie and hurt you. It's easy to become so focused on what comes next that we lose sight of what's happening in the present. Right now, 3,160 tons of water per second are flowing over Niagara Falls. In the next minute, 267 people will be born throughout the world. At this moment, we are graduating high school and beginning a new chapter in our lives. From our freshman year, full of new and exciting experiences, our sophomore year, where we began to discover our sense of self, junior year with expanding freedom, and now senior year. These past 4 years have shaped us into the people we are today. In such a short amount of time, we've reached another milestone in our lives. As we look towards our future, we will create new goals and discover new motivations. Our lives will undeniably become clouded with new worries and stresses, everything that goes along with growing up. And so, as we continue on, we must remember to cherish the present. We are young. We are full of possibility. We're taking our first steps into a big world. As Ferris Bueller said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I've stepped into many roles during my time here at EHS. A student, occasional procrastinator, theater kid, cheerleader, terrible long-distance runner, and my personal favorite, Jo March. My sophomore year, I had the joy of playing her in the musical Little Women, and I looked up to her knowing one day that I'd be her, a young woman ready to conquer the world, ready for the future and what is to come. And here I am. Here we all are. We made it. I'll let her take over from here with a song that I hope makes you excited for what's to come. And I'll have Hunter Gamble join me on the keys. Everything they promised us is here. All of us the way we used to be. We will always have each other. They will always be the fire in my heart. Here I go, and there's no turning back. My great adventure has begun. I may be small, but I have giant plans to shine as brightly as the sun. Here in all the smallest details of the past, here in this moment, suddenly life is something vast. All of us, forever here at last, as unexpected as can be. turn.
So by now I can imagine that, judging by all of your faces, or the lack of faces that are looking at me right now, you all are getting in touch for it. So I'll attempt to keep mine short and sweet, erring on the side of short because I don't really do the soppy emotional stuff. I'd like to begin my speech with a quote from Paul Rudd, who is Ant-Man if the name doesn't ring any bells. He said, "Hey, look at us, huh? Who would have thought? Not me." I think that even though this quote has turned now somewhat into a meme, it still epitomizes our high school career. Who would have thought that during freshman year we'd be standing here right now, ready to go off in the real world with all the knowledge we could ever need to be successful in life? And sometimes I don't believe it, but that's besides the point. Who would have thought that our last year and a half of school would have been uprooted by a virus that took the world by surprise? But hey, enough looking into the past because we're graduating, baby. It's time to look into the future and to all that it holds. Right now, I bet some of you are thinking your high school friends are never going to give you up and never going to let you down. And honestly, I hope you're right, because some of the friendships made these past 4 years will last well into the future. However, I want to tell you to not be afraid to jump off into the deep end. Don't be afraid to leave it all behind, because at the end of the day, your best ally is yourself. I say, get out there and send it to your heart's consent, because like graduation has, life will sneak up on you in a heartbeat. The next milestone we have to look forward to is turning 21, and not far after that, some of us will be graduating college. So in the meantime, make some more memories that'll last a lifetime. The possibilities for the future are endless, and I don't know about you guys, but I plan to make the most of them. Thank you all, and good luck with whatever our crazy lives throw at us next. Here's Sierra and Kim.
Hi everyone. So as my fellow classmates have said, here we are now looking toward the future at the beginning of a brand new path. As we grow into adults these next months, we will make decisions that impact the rest of our lives. No pressure, right? Someday we will look back on our high school experiences and use what we have learned in our future endeavors. But what exactly did we learn this year? Now, I'm not talking about math or literature or some of the school stuff. I'm talking about what we learned as people. With the COVID-19 pandemic, I think we can agree that we've been taught a few very unique lessons. We learned to be adaptive, optimistic, and ready for whatever life throws at us. But most importantly, we learned to be grateful. We learned to be grateful for what you have. I encourage all of you, and no matter what path of life you choose, to be grateful for what you have in your future. I will meet new people and will meet the new friends we can make that affect the rest of our lives. So please, be grateful for those people, because you never know when you might be able to see them again. Tell them you're never going to run around and desert them, because tomorrow is never promised. I encourage you all to be grateful for the memories you have now, and the ones you'll make in the future, because you never truly know what the future holds. Thank you. And now welcome Peter Johnson.
The future. What will it hold? No one else seems to know. Will Skynet initiate an apocalyptic robot takeover? Will the coronavirus be in its 34th mutation? Or will we be sitting on our couches watching whatever it is they still air on TV? For $1 million, I wouldn't be able to tell you either, but that's the fun in it, I guess. Life likes to keep you on your toes, and because of it, you have to be willing to put in the hard work and dedication in order to not get put on your you-know-what at every turn. Up until these last few months, EHS gave me a glimpse of what it's going to take when I leave these doors for the last time. Then senioritis came and took me up the last few steps, but that's besides the point. I can tell the responsibility that's about to get dropped on my shoulders will be significant, and that scares me. But the little experience that I've got will surely turn that fear into action some way or another, instead of becoming a path to the dark side. Nevertheless, the path before us lies all muddy and obscured, and it's going to take more than I'm willing to admit to uncover the stepping stones beneath. But you know what? I think I'll be able to make it through after all the invaluable lessons I learned at this wonderful school, and maybe with a little money from my parents as well. No matter what each of our next steps look like, the real fun starts now as we get ready to run the gauntlet of adulthood. And I ask you, do you have what it takes to succeed? You won't know until you get there. And in the words of my late grandmother, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. But in the end, pause for effect, faith will always be the best way forward. On one last note, I'd like to recognize all the valedictorians once again by putting just a few parts of their speeches together. Allie started it all with, "Never gonna give them up," which Cassie complimented by saying, "Never gonna let you down," working seamlessly into Gracie's, "Never gonna run around and desert you." You know what? I'll just finish for time's sake. Never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Congrats, class of 2021, you just got rickrolled.
Thank you, valedictorians. You guys can go to your seats now. Alright. Now I'd like to introduce assistant principals, Mr. John Everhart and Mrs. Kimberly Runyon.
At the awards ceremony on Wednesday, April 29th, seniors were acknowledged for their honors, awards, and scholarships. The combined earned scholarship dollar amount for the class of 2021 is approximately $2,474,006. Will all of those students who receive scholarships or grants for higher education please stand?
Will all graduates who have been in Elizabeth School District from kindergarten through 12th grade please stand?
Will all students who have held an office in student government during their years at Elizabeth High School please stand?
Will all students who are in the National Honor Society and received a white honor cord please stand?
All students who received a gold cord for maintaining a 3.7 GPA and above, please stand.
All students who received a black cord for honors, a GPA of 3.6 to 3.699, please stand.
All students who received a red cord for quill and scroll, please stand.
All students who received a blue and gold honor cord for membership in the Thespian Society, please stand.
All students who received a pink cord for membership in the Tri-M National Music Honor Society, please stand.
All students having enlisted in the service in our nation's military, please stand. We thank you for your commitment.
Thank you, Nick Spidell.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Douglas Bissonette.
So before accepting the class, I want to express the district's gratitude to our community for the support you have shown these graduates and our schools. That makes a huge difference in the lives of every child in school, especially this year. Parents, other family members, and friends, we join you in celebrating these graduates and wishing them well in their future. Graduates, I congratulate you on your successes, including being here today. I applaud you for the recognition that you brought your family, school, and community. Elizabeth School District is deeply proud of the quality and dedication of our teachers, counselors, administration, and staff. On behalf of the Board of Education and the community they represent, thank you for the impact that you've had on these students' lives and making their graduation a reality. Many students seated in front of us started in elementary schools together. Today is very special for them because they move to their next phase in life, having enjoyed or endured 12 years together. There is one graduate in particular with an even stronger heritage here, and that is Sierra Angel. Sierra's legacy dates back to 1915, over 100 years ago, when her great-great-grandmother, Mary Evans, graduated from Elizabeth High School. Since that time, 4 more generations of the Evans family have graduated from Elizabeth. Sierra, can you come to the stage? Sierra's family has a long history with the schools and our community. Sierra is the 3rd, 5th generation graduate from Elizabeth. Sierra's great-grandfather, Herb Evans, graduated in 1948, and her great-grandmother, Lola Houston, graduated 2 years later in 1950. The high school is built on land that was the Evanses, who still refer to the whole area as the pasture. Sierra's grandparents still live on the old homestead. Sierra's mother and father, Heather and John, both graduated from Elizabeth in the early 90s. Sierra has numerous cousins, aunts, uncles, great aunts, and great uncles who also graduated from Elizabeth. And if all goes well, her brother Riken will graduate in 2024. Oh, some people may know Riken. I don't know Riken, so. He's in the band. Sierra has been very successful academically. She is one of the school's valedictorians, has been an active volleyball player, and received a Distinguished Scholar Award, which is a full tuition scholarship from Colorado Mesa University, where she plans to pursue nursing. Sierra, we'd like to give you this plaque in recognition of a wonderful family legacy at Elizabeth High School. We're very proud of you and your family. Class of 2021, you have worked hard to get here. Your diploma means a lot. You have challenged yourselves, you have grown, and you have persisted. You are the ones who did the work. You did what it takes, and you are about to become graduates of Elizabeth High School. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Thank you, Mr. Bissonette. Let me present the class of 2021. I attest and confirm that the students seated before us have successfully completed the requirements set forth by the Board of Education of the Elizabeth School District, and they are deserving of that recognition in the form of a high school diploma.
Thank you, Mr. McClendon. I accept these students as graduates of Elizabeth High School.
At this time, will members of the Board of Education, Superintendent, class officers, and administration take their places for the presentation of diplomas? Will Mr. Zander and Ms. McCoy please join me at the podium? With the first row, please rise and get in position.
Gavin Goen. Morgan Allred. Morgan Anderson. Sierra Angel. Ian Archer. Isabella Arcianaga. Miriam Archevez. Brianna Baltz. Houston Barker. Sean Barron. Brooke Bauer. Kayla Beckendorf. Jamie Bonning. Eli Brooks. Joseph Brooks. Scarlett Brooks. Nora Carricker. Brandon Casola. Haley Cheney. Hank Charlton. Jake Chisholm. Austin Crowner. Sydney Davison. Anthony Davey. Kaylee Denton. Clarissa Dieterle. Rebecca Domain. Olivia Dawn. Morgan Drake. Bridget Eddy. Kyle Epstein Hargis. Sage Ferguson. Peyton Fickus. Aiden Fraser. Hunter Gamble. Kayla Gelroth. Tanner Grant.
I love you, Tanner!
Samantha Guthrie. Jason Henniger. Carlos Hernandez. Jordan Heerman. Madeline Holm. Olivia Holschul. Austin Hughes. Emily Johns. Caleb Johnson. Peter Johnson. Rachel Jorgensen. Jaden Keel. Andrew Kramer. Camilla Lamoza Osorio. Allison Lepar. Trinity Lazowski. Elise Lindsay. Jared Lipman.
Quentin Littlejohn. Roberto Lozano Varela. Lauren Machado. Dylan Madsen. Isabella McCarty. Delaney McClish. Samantha McDaniel. Cassandra McDermott. Alex Meyer. Jayla Mitchell. Megan Montoya. Mitchell Marasco. Isabella Mumford. Allison Nowicki. Faith Paquette. Tyler Parkhill. Maximilian Hall. Kaylee Pippin. Ryan Porter. Raven Priest. Olivia Ryber. Ava Richardson. Grace Richardson. Aaliyah Reinhardt. Josh Rumbo. Simon Rubio. Brittany Schmidt. Caden Seymour. Olivia Slade. Tristan Smith. Zane Sockrider. Zoe Sockrider. Sam Spiker. Nicholas Spidell. Brody Sprouse. Jacob Sifter. Leah Stillman. Sadie Surratt.
Go Sadie!
Taylor Swisher.
Leia, you rock!
Elijah Taylor. Jacob Thiessen. Lucas Vicari. Adam Vitale. Tristan Waite. Gavin Warren. Axel Wasmoen. Aiden Williams. Dalen Williams. Julia Watoon. Nicholas Woods Weiler. Mason Wyatt. Broden Yoakum.
Would Allie Lindsay please join me on the stage?
Graduates, please stand. Please move your tassels from right to left, symbolizing your successful completion of high school. Congratulations!
Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank everyone for attending the ceremony. You can get your hats in Aurora.